welcome to another episode of You Know
Ball, baby!
Brought to you by the Run the Play Network. I'm your host, Anthony. To my right, I got the number one Laker fan in the world.
It's true.
Philly Phil, never take a pill. Before I ask how you doing, I want to ask y'all how you doing. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Woo! Come on.
Okay, settle down. It's been a journey for sure, but job's not finished. We're searching for 10K next. 10K coming for your head, boy. Don't play with us. But just thank you guys, man. It's been a real grind to get here, obviously. Why are you laughing?
Sorry, I'm happy.
Yeah, I was sleepy.
sleepy.
No, it's been a grind to get here for sure. So we're going to keep pumping out good content for you guys and obviously keep showing us love. Make sure you guys leave comments. Comment down below. 1K Tony. Phil, how you doing?
Wait, 1K Tony?
Tony.
I like that.
There you
That's
go.
tough.
That's
Honestly,
lame.
why is that lame?
Yeah, do some merch?
When?
I'm not L do some merch. That's not
Do
lame.
some merch. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Also, I found out my third grade teacher listens to these podcasts, so maybe shouldn't have said that.
Oh, what's your name?
Mr. N. Shout out Mr. N.
Oh,
We coach basketball together.
Mr. What?
Mr. N.
Ann?
N as
N?
in Nancy.
Well, we apologize for the language, Mr. N, but thank you for watching us and still be subscribed to us. We're really good at what we talk about.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Lakers, they still doing pretty good. I'm always going to be here for them no matter what. We took some bad losses, but hey, we're still going to be here. But honestly, congratulations to Dorian Finney-Smith and his wife on welcoming in the newborn baby.
It's not
into the
1,000
world.
subscribers, but it's something good.
Yeah, it's very good, man. New life. And also, I want to say, LA, stay strong, man. I know these LA Fires have been bad, but just know we're here for you. I'm also, I don't know, it just sucks, man. Like, hella people have been losing their houses. Hella people lost insurance, which was crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I hope that one of my friends can really find his aunt right now who went missing. It's been a scary time for him. So just, guys, please keep praying for everybody in the LA fires or who's been affected by the LA fires. And keep praying for the firefighters, man. Keep praying for them.
Yeah, exactly, man. It is
And help
crazy
'em.
out there. We're Cali natives, so if you guys need anything, please, DMs are open, obviously. We're here to help, here to
Yes,
talk.
sir.
But yeah, LA, talking about the Lakers. What you got in Laker news, other than DFS, obviously?
Honestly, man, just, a little sad about Nick Richards. But, I think there's still some good options out there. So I'm just going to keep saying the one thing. We need a big. That's it. We need a big. That should be the focus right now on trades.
Shit, at least y'all got a big that could play 10 games, bro. Our bigs are going in and out in OKC, man. Isaiah Hartenstein went down, and tonight we play the Cavs. I don't know how. Like, the Cavs are probably the worst matchup to go into without a big man.
Oh, yeah.
We're cooked. I'm not going to lie. I would love to see us bust their ass, but, like, bro, Jalen Williams can't guard Mobley and Jarrett Allen. I'm sorry. That's the modern Twin Towers, bro, for sure.
Bro, I really thought, like it was just, like, they're good. They're on a whole nother level right now, bro. Like, those two, Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen.
Yeah, they're killing, bro. They're really, really killing.
So I was going to say, if you guys can, like unload a whole bunch of threes on them, some made threes or something, or just even bother, like, Mitchell and Darius Garland enough that it puts more strain on them to just be good.
Yeah.
Like, scoring-wise, maybe that'll help. But I don't know. I think it'll still be a good matchup. You guys just got to... Man, I don't even know, man. Y'all
there's no
really
end.
might be screwed.
The big men just, like, tonight they just have to miss shots.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing really we could do to contain them. We're definitely going to have more guards out there. So Garland and Mitchell's job is going to get a lot harder.
Oh, yeah.
Than it already was going against the number one defense probably in NBA history, if we're being honest.
And didn't you guys get Caruso back?
We did get Caruso back. And we also got big man Jalen Williams back. So it could. I mean, I'm hoping he could come out. I want him to start tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want us to run some super small ball lineup against this team. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting for sure. And Nick Richards would definitely help us. That was the biggest, biggest trade of the season so far. How do you feel about this trade, Phil?
Oh man, so for the trade summary for you guys, this is from Underdog NBA. The Suns got Nick Richards and I believe a 2nd-round pick.
I thought it was a couple seconds. I'm not gonna lie.
I think they didn't list it here, but it basically the Suns got Nick Richards, a big 7-foot center that I'm a huge fan of, and then the Hornets got Josh Okogie and 3 2nd-round picks. Now with this trade, I love it for the Suns. Nick Richards, obviously 7-foot big man, he can hustle, he can block shots, and he can rebound. That's really good for him because I don't know what's been going on with Nurkic. I haven't seen too many games, but they're just not meshing well.
It was 3 seconds.
Oh, it was 3 seconds?
Yeah, one from the Nuggets and one from the Suns. And I think the Hornets got a pick back that they traded away, I guess. Mm-hmm. But yeah, sorry.
So the Suns got 1 or 2 2nd-round picks?
The Suns got 1, the Hornets got 3.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the Suns got 1 2nd-round pick.
They heard me say it, motherfucker.
I know, I'm just, my bad, my fault. Anyways, yeah, I really like the trade because I think that Nick Richards is a big that they need because with Nurkic, he was a little bit slower. With Nick Richards, he's a little faster. He's a hustler. He doesn't really need the ball. He's kind of like that. In my eyes, he's a starting center that can help you big time. But with the Hornets getting Josh Okogie, I mean, it's nothing crazy. He's on the 8.3 mil this year, 7.8 mil next year. It's not like it's going to hurt him. And they got some 2nd-round picks back, so I think it's good for the future. And they could just dump him, like if they don't like him. What do you think?
I don't love it as much as I thought I would.
Mm-hmm.
I think the idea makes sense. There's just a couple things that I need to kind of see get worked out before I love this trade. For starters, Mike Budenholzer's never really worked with a center like Nick Richards. Can't really shoot the ball, can't really play make. So it's going to be interesting seeing how Bud integrates him into the offense.
Yeah.
I also think it's kind of a lateral move.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they definitely need a big man because Nurkic was struggling. Obviously, he got benched.
Mm-hmm.
But, losing a Kogi on the bench, I feel like that's just another, sure, you grow in the starting lineup, but you shrink on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know how much really that impacts. If they make the playoffs, I think this is a big move.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're probably going to make the playoffs. But at the same time, a Kogi does help if someone goes down. That's always – I've probably said this a million times on this podcast, but teams build and they don't prioritize depth enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because, sure, Nick Richards is great, but you also have – Plumlee, Nurkic, and Iguodala. You can't play all those guys in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
I think also Iguodala also gets hurt in the situation. I know he's not NBA ready yet, but I think he could fit this kind of Nick Richards role if they developed him a little better.
Yeah.
So now you're trading and you're getting Nick Richards. I don't see a world where Iguodala thrives on the Suns anymore, which sucks because I think he is a good talent. I just need to see it, though. I need to see how Bud integrates him because if you think about Budenholzer centers, it's Brook Lopez, Al Horford, Nurkic, who are all can kind of shoot either mid-range or threes and play make. Nick Richards is kind of the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Which I think this team could use definitely.
Yeah.
But I want to see how Budenholzer uses them.
Well, honestly, even when in a couple of podcasts ago we were talking about that Devin Booker mindset when he said he's not really trying to just be did he say he was trying to be score dominant or he was just trying to do everything else to help the team?
He pretty much said I forgot the quote.
Yeah.
He pretty much said he's not going to shoot over double teams. I think that's what it was.
That's what it was. So I think that mentality, bringing in Nick Richards helps with that because I think that they're focused on trying to help Kevin Durant as much as possible. Devin Booker, I actually appreciate him this year. Because in the past, Laker, whatever, he talked this and that. But he's been way more of a team player. I think the Olympics definitely helped him out. He figured out how to be the guy around, to play around the guy like Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
So I think this move, having Devin Booker, Ryan Dunn, and Royce O'Neal type guys around Kevin Durant helps big time. So I think this team will be better in the future because of it. Because I just think it helps the roles. My bad.
I agree with you. I feel like I saw this out of Devin Booker last year before the Olympics. Mm-hmm. He kind of played point guard because Frank Vogel wanted that team to get a point guard, and the Suns pretty much said, fuck you, sorry, Mr. N, and didn't give him a point guard, which sucks. But the NBA D-Gen in me is so excited for a Tyus Jones, Nick Richards pick and roll. That's just that's some beautiful basketball.
I'm honestly excited about that front court with KD and Nick Richards, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of yin and yang, like two completely different vibes.
I'm not gonna lie. I think KD may get some more rebounds too.
Yeah,
I think he might because I feel like Nick Richards, like, yeah, he'll get some rebounds, but I feel like he'll be more of a shot blocker.
KD,
Maybe that's what I want.
Yeah, I think defensively this elevates the team to a level for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think offensively is where I'm worried about it because
Got you.
Devin Booker is playing better as a team player, but I feel like this offense for some reason early in the season revolved around Nurkic so much and kind of used him as a hub, similar how the Kings do it to Sabonis. And I don't think you could do that with Nick Richards.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the position he's going to play. Unless they picked him up for him to come off the bench, which I definitely don't see that being.
Well, the report came out saying that they plan to start him, and I was shook.
I mean, that's what, like, you don't trade one of your best bench guys in 3 seconds for a bench player, especially on a team that's so thin, especially on a team that just benched the starting center. Like, that would be fucked up if we're like, yeah, we just benched Nurkic, but you're going to come here and you're going to actually play behind Nurkic.
Or behind Nicodaro or something.
Exactly.
That'd be like, damn.
It's weird, but, fuck, I forgot what I was about to say.
Like, good.
Oh, Kevin Durant, I think, is one of the most underrated fast break players in NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you think of fast break guys, you think of, like, Westbrook, you think of Ben Simmons, you think of John Wall.
James.
LeBron, yeah, because they get to the cup. But KD on the fast break is so different because he'll just pull up. And that shit, like, how many times have we seen KD get the ball in the fast break, take 3 dribbles, and just shoot a 3, and it's just butter? Like, that's why he was so mad at Draymond. That's why he left the Warriors, because Draymond's ass is like, ugh.
I will never understand that last second of the play. I was like, why? I've never, like, I know Draymond can't do it, but why wouldn't you kick it to, Curry, even try to find Clay in the corner? Brody tried to take it all the way to the hole.
Honestly, I understand it because everyone wants to have that moment. What I don't understand is him, like, cussing out KD after the play.
That
like,
too.
Come on, bro. Like, grow up. Honestly, it's bad. But that's a lot more time than I thought we would spend on Nick Richards. Let's talk about this Jimmy Butler meeting face-to-face with Pat Riley.
Oh, man. Miami has been going through it, bro. Like,
yes.
Well, team-wise. I don't know what's going on in the area, but you got the Conor McGregor stuff going on.
Yeah.
You got the Jimmy Butler stuff going on. Yeah, that's been going on.
Yeah. Miami just got involved, though.
Yeah, that's why I was shook by it. I was like, I don't know. If you guys don't know about the Conor McGregor thing,
look it up. I don't think we should talk about that.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sorry.
It's a little much. But, yeah, so pretty much Jimmy Butler met with Pat Riley face-to-face and said, y'all better trade me.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. To me, if I'm Miami, and we have a video coming out later this week where we map out a Jimmy Butler trade for every single NBA team, which is just a mess.
Oh,
but you guys are going to love it, trust me. But if I were the Heat, I would be just trying to get whatever at this point. I think their roster is good enough and young enough where if they got, not saying this is what they should do, but if they got a second-round pick, I'm confident that this is good for the team to let Tyler Hero grow, let Jovic grow, let Jaime grow. Build around Bam, kind of. Like, I think this team could work without Jimmy completely. But if you get an offer like a Cam Thomas or like just a young dude pretty much, I would take one young guy and like a late first, early second type of thing, honestly, because I'm just like, get Jimmy out of there. We saw what happened to Minnesota, bro. Jimmy set Minnesota back for a while.
Yeah.
Until they got Anthony Edwards. But, man, like, you don't want this drama in your locker room, especially in a team that seemed like they were so close before all this.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they should just ship him off.
Yeah, they had a really good lineup going into this season, too, or a really good roster. My fault. But, bro, like...
Even right now without him, bro, I like the lineup.
That's what I'm saying. But, like, even thinking about it more, I'm just like, this is low-key embarrassing now because I am a Jimmy Butler fan, but seeing the course of how this stuff has been happening, Chicago over to Minnesota, over to Philly, and then
Miami.
After Philly, he's in Miami. Like, it's just a weird trend now. And it's kind of like, I don't even know if it's really – well, obviously, it's not the Heat's fault. It's kind of weird at this point, bro.
I think and this is something LeBron kind of set the tone for, which is a good thing. I'm not about to shit on LeBron right now. Sorry, Mr. N. But he's just not dealing with the bullshit that a lot of other players would deal with.
Yeah.
You know, and that I think is completely okay. And honestly, I think he's justified for this. I probably lean more towards Pat Riley's side, but I think Jimmy Butler is justified for wanting out of Miami.
Oh yeah, he's justified for that part, but like just the way things are going with this, it's kind of, I don't know.
It's ugly.
It's ugly. It's too ugly.
It is too ugly for sure, but I can't blame Jimmy. Like, they suspended him 7 games and they're doubling his fine. Like, I wouldn't want to be there either if y'all are like pretty much saying fuck me.
That is true.
But it's a weird situation for sure. But we'll get more into it in the next video for sure. In this video though, the primary focus of this video is going to be talking about this Jalen Williams, 2 Defensive Player of the Years. But before we get to that subject, let's hear a sponsor from Boom. Let's hear an ad. Let's hear a commercial break from Boom Fantasy.
Man, okay, LeBron hit my parlay. Let's get it.
Oh shit, he hit it?
Yeah, bro. Look at this.
I won $200. I tailed your parlay.
How the heck did you win $200?
I used Boom Fantasy. I used their pick and spin, spun the wheel, got 10 times my money.
Bro, you gotta hook me up.
If you use code RTP, you could get a risk-free bet up to $100. Let's get back to the video. That was terrible.
No, you good, man.
All right, here we go. Jalen Williams says there should be 2 Defensive Player of the Years, one for the big men, one for the perimeter players. Let's talk about this first, and then we could get into some of our guys that we think would have won it in the past. I like the idea a lot. There's one very small problem I have with it.
What's up?
What do you do about the dudes who are great defenders because they could guard both?
You're talking about maybe like forwards.
I'm talking about like a Draymond who everyone's like, he could play the perimeter and play the paint.
Yeah.
Or a Giannis who could play the perimeter and play the paint. Do you just give them the big man award?
I think you just decide which position they are, because with Draymond, I was looking at it, and he's primarily a power forward, so you can just play the forward card and just call him a forward. Or with Giannis, I mean, he's primarily a power forward, even though he does play the center sometimes, but you can play the forward card with those guys. It could probably be like what they're doing with the first team awards. Like with Anthony Davis, he's now a center, so they look at him as a center. Well, not as a first team center, but as a center.
Yeah.
Even though he's been a power forward most of his time, but
I'm saying like you're just giving the award off of positionally.
My bad.
Not off of like the way I looked at the quote is like the award goes to one interior defender, one perimeter defender.
Yeah.
Not really an award thing or not really a positional thing.
Oh, so you're thinking of it more like who's capable of being an interior and a perimeter
so like,
defender.
Let's say the Defensive Player of the Year award goes to like an interior guy like a Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
And the perimeter award goes to like a Alex Caruso. Like, what do you do about the dudes? Maybe not like Draymond anymore, but the guys who could kind of play both at an elite level. Because you can't really be like, oh, like he deserves the interior award because he's not the best interior player. But it's like Travis Hunter kind of.
Yeah.
You know? Like, how would you figure that out? And I think that's the only problem I have with this award.
That's a good connection right there, too.
You know, that's just how I feel about it. That was the only thing where I was like, that's a little weird. That's a little tough, I guess.
Honestly, I would consider the person more than if they can guard both the interior and the perimeter.
And I think that makes them a better defender. But, like, for example, like Bam would never be a better interior defender than Rudy. Bam's value is being able to play both compared to Rudy's.
That is true. He's more versatile.
Bam is amazing interior defender. I'm going to just get that out the way. But
yeah,
the argument for Bam over Rudy was always versatility, not in the paint.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's just what I was thinking. Because I would never give Bam the interior award over Rudy. But if you're going off positions, then I guess it's different.
I think that's fair.
But yeah, did you have any other thoughts on it other than...
Honestly, I think it's cool, but I think they gotta it's just like you. I think they gotta figure out the position thing, because looking at it, because we were talking about the first 3 years.
Yeah, last
we were doing.
Yeah.
There were a lot of them where the next position up was a center.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, if you're doing 2, how are you gonna what are they gonna be the qualifications? Which led me to wonder, what if you just do the next position up instead of just doing interior and perimeter? You go, okay, there's a center. We got Rudy Gobert. That's one center. He's got it. For the second one, we have another center. AD. We can't do that. We have another center. Victor Wembanyama. We can't do that. Bam. What's the next position up? Herb Jones. Forward. Maybe that works. Second.
Yeah.
But then what if that causes arguments? Because then he's down below these other 3 guys that...
Well, I think the quote was one should be interior, one should be perimeter. or one like because Jalen Williams pretty much said it's the most blocks award.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it's just based on blocks. Okay. I didn't see perimeter and interior on it, but my fault.
You're good. You're good. But yeah, I kind of did the same thing where I looked at it and I kind of gave my award based on that. So last year, the winner was Rudy Gobert, correct?
Yeah.
A lot of people thought it should be Wemby, but Wemby wouldn't qualify for this because he's not a perimeter player.
Yeah.
So I probably did the same thing as you, and I gave it to Herb Jones. I think Herb Jones, if they had a perimeter defensive player of the year award, would rack these up, bro. Like in the next 5 years, he'd probably win all 5. Jalen Williams in that quote actually said like, Herb Jones never comes close to defensive player of the year. But if you ask NBA player who's the best defender, they'll probably say Herb Jones. So Herb Jones to me is a dude that I think would definitely get this award.
Yeah, I'm also sad that he how many weeks he's out for? 4 to 8 or something?
I don't know, but you said they lost their center.
Oh man. Now you see they should have started the Vez Missy. How do you say his name?
I think it's
Yves
Yves.
Missy. My bad.
Yeah.
They should have started that man.
Yeah.
They should have started that man, bro. Think about Herbert Jones. I love him, but
They all get hurt though. They gotta fire their fucking trainers, bro.
Bro, it's been bad for him.
Yeah, it's ugly.
If they all don't get fired this year, I don't know what you can do. Because how do you get 5 of your starting? No, except for CJ. CJ was still playing, right? Oh,
Yeah,
no, he
CJ
got hurt. He got hurt
Did
for
he?
a bit at the start of the year. So Zion got hurt later. CJ got hurt at the beginning in the second week. DeJounte Murray got hurt. Jose Alvarado got hurt. Herbert Jones was out for a long time. Ingram was hurt. It's like, what are we doing? Brandon Boston got hurt for a little bit.
The only player that's played over 40 games is Yves Messi.
Wow.
On the whole roster. On the roster of 19 players have played for that team this year. And the only one to play over 40 games is Yves Messi. That's a problem. Maybe it's not on their training staff because injuries is a lot of luck. But
I'm not even joking when I ask this. What is in the water at the New Orleans Pelicans facility?
seafood boil.
I was going to say crawfish boil.
Crawfish boil, boy.
Gotta get that orange juice.
Yeah, they squeeze the bottle. But now,
Paprika.
back to the subject.
My fault.
Before I get hungry, is Herb Jones your perimeter defensive player of the year for last year? Or your next defensive player of the year?
You know what? Yes.
There you go.
I'm going to go with Herbert Jones because he did a really good job last year, and Brody was lockups. He had 3 defensive win shares, which isn't like crazy because Victor Wembanyama had 4 defensive win shares, but I still think that's pretty good, especially for him.
Definitely is. What about the year before that? Who'd you have?
2022-23.
Yeah.
And 2022-23, this is when Jaren Jackson Jr. won.
Yep.
After that, the next position after that is Draymond Green. I would honestly, in 2022-2023, keep Draymond Green there. The next position, or the real person after Jaren Jackson Jr. is Brook Lopez, because he averaged like a crazy amount of blocks.
He was lockups that year.
Yeah, but Draymond was very versatile. Like that lineup they had, switching everything, playing him at the center, but also playing him at the 3 and the 4 sometimes. I think I wouldn't be mad if he got it, perimeter-wise, because he was doing everything. No matter how many people he was hurting, because he was hurting a lot of people. I'm going to give it to him on the perimeter.
For my 2022-2023 second defensive player of the year, I went with Drew Holiday.
Okay.
For perimeter guys, tied for 7th, it was Drew Holiday and OG Anunoby. I always felt like OG is kind of an overrated defender. Might just be me. But Drew Holiday, to me, was just... On the Bucks, bro, he was a clamp. Like, he was a real-life clamp. Nothing you could do about it. So, I had to go Drew Holiday for this second one. And then in 2021, 2022, Rudy Gobert won Defensive Player of the Year. Marcus Smart won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
My pick would have been Rudy Gobert for this second award. Because we have a perimeter player there, now we give it to the big man.
Exactly.
So I went with Rudy, man. Rudy really would run this award up if this was the case.
I was so shook that Mikal Bridges was number 2.
I did see that, too. That threw me off.
I was like, what? I don't remember him being in that. But then again, 2021-22 was kind of a blur for us Lakers fans. So
that's when the Suns were, like, elite.
Oh, okay. I remember it now.
That's the finals team.
I was just shook that he was above Rudy, Bam, Jaren Jackson Jr., Giannis. I was shook about that. But Wow. Apparently the Suns were that good, man.
Yeah, his defense was elite that year for sure on the perimeter. He could definitely get a perimeter defense award at some point.
Because I'm thinking about the Knicks situation, and I'm like, maybe if next year he focuses solely on not like scoring, but like solely on locking
That's
every
how he
best
should
player
be,
up.
bro. I don't like this ISO Mikal Bridges.
Low key, yeah. Like now
It's
I
ugly,
understand
man.
what you're saying, bro. Because like now it seems like he's trying to. I loved the first 3 years of Suns Mikal Bridges.
3-and-D Mikal was elite.
Bro was like
Stay in
one of my.
this fucking corner and lock up their best guy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
but
all I need you to do.
he was also my favorite like player of that year. Like going like more and more into it because he seemed like he could guard anybody.
The fuck you taking post fades for now?
That too. Like I just it annoys me. It does because I felt like he had an identity and low key now Brooklyn may have ruined him. And going to the Knicks, I thought he would go back to that role, but it seems like he's trying to find that mix. And I'm like, nah, just go back to what you were doing. Like you have Jalen Brunson, you have Cat, you have
They have the best offensive duo in the NBA.
yeah, you have Josh Hart with that mix too. I'm like, bruh, you don't gotta be a creator like that. Just lock the best player up if they need it and shoot the ball in the corner or just spot up.
This kind of goes into the Tom Thibodeau thing, exactly.
Yo, man.
And I honestly, this is a conversation I had earlier this week with my cousin. He called me. He's like, "Why are they not arresting Tom Thibodeau for overworking these dudes?" And I'm like, "Bro, like realistically, like who are you gonna play on this roster? They don't have a lot of depth at all. I'm okay with it because this is what Tom Thibodeau's always done. He plays his teams into like playoff shape, kind of. Because like realistically, that's how the minutes are gonna look once the playoffs start. It's gonna be these 5. It's gonna be Deuce McBride, and it's probably gonna be Mitchell Robinson unless they trade him away. So they kind of are getting their dudes right, I guess. I don't really think it's a problem. But if they get hurt, then it's definitely a problem.
That's what I mean. And I'm not saying the whole thing that happened right now with Cat because I think he's out for what.
Not long, I don't think.
Yeah, they said he got surgery, but they didn't say for how long. So it might be just 2 to 4 weeks. But like. To me, because what are we at now? 45 games?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want to be playing them this much. Like, and there's been a couple of blowouts. Like, I got mad the other day. I texted the group chat about it. I was like, why the heck are the starting 5 still in with a minute to go in the fourth when they're up by 30?
Yeah, I don't like that shit. I hate when I see that. Because
That's what I'm saying.
That reminds me of Derrick Rose every time I think about it. Because that's what happened with Derrick Rose, where they were up like 25.
Was Tibbs the coach for that team?
Yes, he was. Tibbs does this everywhere he goes. He believes it works. You can't. I know he doesn't have a championship, but you can't really fault the man either because where has Tibbs gone that wasn't successful? Chicago, they were the 1 seed. Minnesota, he was the first coach to take them to the playoffs in a minute.
Very good feat.
The Knicks, he's been cold. So I can't tell Tom Thibodeau how to coach.
He's brought the culture back, or him, Jalen Brunson, and Josh Hart have brought the culture back to the Knicks.
But that all starts with Tibbs because Tibbs took them to the playoffs when it was Julius Randle before Brunson.
That too.
So I'm going to give Tibbs credit. I'm never going to tell him how to coach. He's one of, I think, the most underrated coaches of all time. He's probably a top 10 coach of all time, in my opinion, because not all, like, he doesn't have rings type of thing. That don't work with coaching because he hasn't had the tools really to win a championship.
I don't think he's a bad coach. I just think that, like, going towards the playoffs and even just, like, just trying to contain and, like, keep your players healthy, I kind of do think just shave off, like, 3 minutes maybe. Just 3 minutes, maybe even 4.
Yeah, I don't like the fourth quarter thing. But other than that, I agree with you 100%.
He's not a bad coach, though. I
No.
love the way he coaches. I just think that you need to ease up a little bit on overplaying the star players.
I agree with you 100%. I think it's also good. You hear Peyton Pritchard talk about it all the time where, like, in those garbage time minutes, that's where he got his role. Yeah. I think you could definitely find maybe a player or two that you feel more comfortable to throw in the rotation.
That too.
If Tom Thibodeau let his players play a little bit. A couple more things to talk about. Brandon Jennings versus Jason Tatum. I only wrote one thing down about this because I thought it was funny. Brandon Jennings calls Jason Tatum the softest star in Celtics history. Paul Pierce shit himself in the finals. So, what's softer than Charmin?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if you think about it, Jason Tatum is already on the path to be a better Celtic than stinking Paul Pierce, bro. He might even be better than stinking Kevin Garnett.
I think he's probably better than Kevin Garnett for sure. But Paul Pierce,
As a Celtic.
yeah, 100% as a Celtic. I'm not going there. But Paul Pierce, I don't know. Paul Pierce is better than him right now as a Celtic.
I'm just going by rings, man.
Paul Pierce got one. He got one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's on pace to be better. If he wins the second one, maybe even the third one, already over him.
Is he on pace to pass Paul Pierce in scoring?
I don't know about that one.
Let me see. Let's look this up. Because I feel like Paul Pierce has a lot of Celtics accolades. Do you know who the Celtics all-time leading scorer is?
I want to say Bill Russell.
Fuck no, bro. Bill Russell averaged like 11.
What, Larry Bird?
No, it's a weird one.
Havlicek?
It's Havlicek.
You remember Havlicek from the stinking trivia?
Yeah, I do.
John Havlicek pulled that out, mom.
Fuck that one.
Woof.
But no, Tatum ain't even top 10 on Celtics scoring. Paul Pierce is number 2. It might take a lot for Tatum to get there, bro. It might take a lot for Tatum to get there. JoJo White. Bill Russell's above him, bro.
But also, if you look at this, Paul Pierce he hasn't really been close also to MVP, and Jason Tatum has. He's been in top 5.
I don't care about top 5, though, bro.
I low-key kind of care about that when it comes. If we're going to talk about scoring, like, I feel like being in the top 5 for MVPs too should go into it. He hasn't won it yet.
Top 5 in MVPs? What?
Yeah, I feel like top 5s compared to like.
No one remembers top 5s, and Paul Pierce was number 7th once.
Number 7 once. Jason Tatum has been in the top 5 like at least 3 times.
Not for him though, for his team being good. Come on, bro.
I mean, if we look at Jason Tatum's stats, he kind of be looking like an MVP. Let's be for real, because with Paul Pierce, all right, what was his
It's a different
peak year?
era though. Different. The way the game was played was different, bro.
Okay, but
You know it's not. We have Tatum and Brown. We're gonna let them ISO and create, and then like just shoot fucking 53s. If Paul Pierce was on that team, bro, he would average 30. He had a season where he averaged 27. You don't think Paul Pierce would average 30 if they were like, "Hey, bro, take 15 threes"? Come on, bro. Be so.
You know what?
Let's put some respect on Paul Pierce, because
I'll agree with that.
Paul Pierce gets talked about a lot like he's a bum. Paul Pierce is so cold. Prime Paul Pierce was so cold. We gotta put respect on
with
Paul
threes.
Pierce. We gotta put respect on Paul Pierce, bro.
I mean, he was attempting 4. I feel like it was more like he was shooting middies and stuff, though.
He was, but if they told
was he
him,
that crazy of a 3-point shooter?
if they told him go out and shoot, you know what Paul Pierce has that Tatum doesn't have? A Finals MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, come on. Tatum wasn't even the best player in the finals for that team. You telling me he's over Paul Pierce?
His role was to score, and he scored.
Paul Pierce's role was to score, and he won a Finals MVP.
That's what I'm saying. Paul Pierce's role was to score, and he scored. He had the more points. Jalen Brown had the more points. He got it.
I'm saying
Paul
Pierce won a Finals MVP. Jason Tatum wasn't the best player in the finals when they lost, and wasn't the best player in the finals when he won.
So what happens if this year Jason Tatum wins a Finals MVP and a second ring?
Then he would be, because he'd have 2 rings. But I don't think they're going to win the ring this year. I think the Thunder are.
No, Thunder can do it.
Don't be giggling.
I was going to say Thunder can do it.
Come on, New York.
That game against OKC, and the Celtics, OKC.
Or what about the game against the Knicks where we bust their ass?
Ooh, wait a minute. Deucer versus host. Let me see this.
Come on.
I don't know strike mode, bro.
I know you don't know. Exactly. I'm just saying, Paul Pierce, if Jason Tatum won another ring, and didn't win another Finals MVP, then I wouldn't put him over Paul Pierce as a Celtic.
Even if he won 2?
If he won 2 rings, 2 more rings, or 2 total rings?
2 total rings.
Without a Finals MVP?
Mm-hmm.
He would not be better than Paul Pierce to me. Because that team is ridiculously stacked.
My bad. I'm just reading the quote again. I'm like, again, says he's not top 5 Celtic all time.
See, that's crazy.
I was going to say, who would you put, because it's not like they don't have good players.
You're right.
But who would you, all right, so.
Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Paul Pierce, I think are all locks over Tatum.
Okay. Who are the other 2?
I'm going to be honest, and y'all forgive me in the comments, but Celtics are just full of a lot of old white players, you know? And I'm not the type of dude to be like, he has 15 All-Stars, so he's better. You know, I don't do that. So
yeah.
I might not be the one to give this list, But I know Bill Russell, I know Paul
Larry
Pierce,
Bird.
and I know Larry Bird are greater Celtics than Jason Tatum. That's how I feel.
I know for sure. I'm never gonna say he's the greatest Celtic of all time because Larry Bird and Bill Russell got him beat. Let's be for real. 11 rings, and then even though it was 3 rings, Larry Bird was nuts, bro.
Larry Bird won 3 MVPs in a row.
That too, like,
While Magic Johnson and Kareem were playing basketball.
and then wasn't that too when Michael Jordan was there?
Michael Jordan was there too.
That's crazy. So I got to put Larry Bird over him now, but it's going to be testy with me, obviously, with the Paul Pierce, Jason Tatum thing. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on it. But the other 2 spots, I'm trying to think of what else, because I'm not putting Kevin Garnett over him. I'm not putting Rondo over him.
You could put Havlicek because he's got the rings.
That is true.
He's got, I don't think he's got an MVP, but he's got like the all-time leader in Celtics points. Like, that's got to be something. Dave Cowens won an MVP for the Celtics.
That too, but then
And I think he won a ring there too.
I feel like we got to talk about eras with that too.
Yeah,
though.
because he did play in the weakest era.
That's what I'm thinking about. I like respect to him though. Like the Celtics, they got even though I hate them, they do got a good history. But like, I'm just trying to think of those other 2 players that could be better than them.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not gonna lie.
So he's top 5.
I'm gonna say I don't know. I'm not gonna say he's top 5. All I'm saying is he's not better than Paul Pierce all time. For the
Where would you
Celtics.
put Jalen Brown?
Jalen Brown? I'll put him over Tatum. You gotta find us. Nah, I would put Jalen Brown. Honestly, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown isn't a far gap for Celtics history. That's how I feel because that Finals MVP does. And both times they were in the finals, Jalen Brown was the best player in the finals. I mean, like, best player on the Celtics in the finals.
Got you.
Because damn sure wasn't better than Stephen Curry and Luka Doncic. I'm going to put that out there real quick.
Oh man.
The last thing, and this is like quick wrap up to end the episode. Jonte Porter's a dumbass.
Oh man.
And he's out here texting dudes. What did he say? He was like, yeah, they just checked me out. They said my finger. I'm not starting the second half, but if they put me in the game, I'm shooting that thing.
It says like, I went back to the locker room to get eye checked on. I don't know if I'm gonna play much more. I'm not starting second half, but if it's garbage time, I will shoot a million shots.
If y'all don't know, Jonte Porter is basically a clown. That man was telling people to bet the under on him, like, and not taking shots in games. He's just a goofy for sure. So I bet that night he probably told dudes to take the over, and then he got hurt.
It's like I said the last time, bro. You're playing for the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just stick it out, get yourself an easy couple million, and then just chill? Unless these are his friends that he was like trying to help out.
He probably was. It was probably trying to help out his homie.
But it's like, bro, just I don't know, man. It's so stupid. And then now his friends are gonna get in trouble. All of them are gonna get in trouble, and it's gonna turn into a whole stupid situation. Like if you just rocked out a little bit, hey, why not just give them a little bit of money? If they want 100,000, boom, give it to them when you get an easy $10 million contract per year.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. That is a crazy ass situation. But y'all, let us know. Comment down below. Jonte Porter is a blank, and fill in that blank. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow. Phil, let them know what they need to do.
Hey, for sure. Make sure to add us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Make sure to hit that bell as well. Well, my bad.
Will?
I'm Phil. It's Ant-Man. We out. Let's bounce.
Bounce, baby. Boom.